guys, it's your girl Tiff. Welcome to the Change Talk YouTube channel, the official YouTube channel of Awakening Change Counseling Services. Join us here every Thursday night at 9 p.m. where we'll talk about a host of topics related to behavioral health, leadership, and self-care. Don't forget to hit the button to like, subscribe, and share with all your friends and followers. I'll see you guys soon. Hello, good evening, everyone. Whew. I'm sitting here doing other things and was almost late logging on to talk to you guys tonight. So welcome. It is Thursday night. It's 9 o'clock. It's 9:02 actually. And so it's time for another episode of Change Talk. If we haven't met before, hello, my name is Dr. Tiffany Jenkins, and I come on here every Thursday night at 9, and I try to drop some gems, talk a little bit about things related to behavioral health, leadership, self-care, all that great stuff that I um, am qualified to talk about. And in the event that there's a topic that's a little outside of my scope, then I call on some of my amazing friends, and they help me facilitate conversations. So tonight it's just me. Tonight I am I'm all over the place for two reasons, I guess. So for one, I'm really excited because earlier this evening, we were informed that the do-over for our website, www.awakeningchange.org, the do-over is now live. So we've got a fresh face. If you haven't visited our site for a while, I'm going to encourage you to go and check us out, www.awakeningchange.org, and check out our fresh face. If you are not already on our mailing list, you will be able to join the mailing list. You'll be able to see where I'm going to be next. You'll be able to get in contact with me. You'll be able to take some self-study courses. You'll be able to, if you're looking for a speaker, you'll be able to put in a speaker request. You'll be able to do whatever you need to do to get to me from that page. So I encourage you to go and visit, like I said, www.awakeningchange.org. So I've been really excited about that, and just kind of getting some things, looking through some things, and kind of getting familiar with the new site and the way that everything is laid out. The other thing that I've been doing is preparing for for me, something that I'm really excited about, a really big event, or really important event for me. Tomorrow, I've been selected as one of the afternoon seminar presenters for the Rutgers Trauma and Addiction Conference. So if you are a clinical professional looking for continuing education credits, I believe that they're going to be a total of 6.5 credits, clinical credits up for grabs. And 1.5 of those is specific to domestic violence. So if you have a domestic violence certification or certificate, join that and participate with us. Hey, Yanni, how are you? So consider stopping by. My session will be 2:30 to 4 tomorrow afternoon. So I'm getting ready for that. So you see the banner and whatnot in the background. Just been trying to set up and get ready for that. And I'll be talking about the impact of racialized trauma on treatment seeking experiences. So, while some of the panelists are going to be talking about sexual trauma, emotional trauma, that kind of thing, I'm going to be talking about racialized trauma a little bit and shedding some light, hopefully, and helping folks to relate a little bit better to folks who look like me. So, that's in the works. I want to say, hey, I want to say, um, I am still kind of flying high from last week. So, some of you had the opportunity to join me on last Saturday at the launch party in Philadelphia that I participated with last week. I had Elder Danielle Paul on the show and my InstaFam. Hopefully, you were able to go over to YouTube and check out the replay. It was a beautiful event, and I met so many wonderful female entrepreneurs who one of which is my new coffee plug. Now, if you know me, you know how I feel about my coffee. It's one of the major food groups for me. And so I met a young lady by the name of Alicia, and she has a brand called Leisha's Leisha's Coffee? No, Leisha's Lavish Coffees. I knew there was a word in there. Leisha's Lavish Coffees. Um, when I tell you guys that I have been like in coffee heaven this week, I'm really not exaggerating. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go on my page. You'll see the post with all the coffee in the background, and just know that it's a great experience, great customer service, great coffee, all that. But I am definitely fueled this week by by Alicia's coffee. Um, met a couple other really phenomenal ladies, which I'm probably going to invite to the show to just share a little bit about their businesses and what they do. It was a really, really great time. So I'm really honored to have been there. And then, like I said, tomorrow preparing for Rutgers. And then I think I get to kind of hang out and do family related stuff for the rest of the month. So it's been a wild week, but I wanted to drop in, and tonight I really wanted to talk about, well, do two things, I'll say. So on Sunday, this coming Sunday, October the 10th, is World Mental Health Day. World Mental Health Day is on October the 10th. And so I wanted to challenge everyone to do something that feeds some aspect of your mental health, whether you are participating in a church service, whether you take a long walk in nature, whether you sit and journal for a while. I really want you to sit and think about ways that you can commit to improving your mental health, because we talk about that all the time here on Change Talk. We talk about self care being very important, not just for you individually, but so that you have the fuel and the tools that you need to give to the folks that you care about. Um, and so Sunday, I want you to just be a little bit more intentional. Be a little bit more intentional about doing something that takes care of your mental health. Um, One of the things, when we start talking about mental health, is there's a lot that we all have survived in our lives, right? We all have some level of resilience. And so in thinking about this month, about, World Mental Health Day, thinking about all of the awareness months that are in October, we've got Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We've got Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We've got Infant Loss and Stillbirth Awareness Month. We've got Clergy Appreciation Day. We've got to appreciate those folks who help us care for ourselves spiritually. I feel like I'm forgetting one. There's a lot of awareness stuff in October. And when I start thinking about it, about, all of the awareness month, about it being mental health day, I got this idea to do a series called the Survivor Series. So tonight is really about me putting out a call to anybody who is in our Change Fam. I have a couple of folks who have already agreed to be a part of this process. But I want to put a call out to anyone who has survived something. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything that's one of those awareness months. It doesn't have to be domestic violence or cancer or any of that stuff. But I want to talk to all of my survivors for the next few weeks. And what I want you to do is to inbox me or uh, leave me a message on the website. There's a contact us form right on the website. Or you can go into my DMs from whatever social media platform you happen to be joining me from. And I want you to share your story and let's connect so that we can help others realize that they're not alone. One of the biggest barriers to us being mentally healthy is kind of this feeling that we're alone, that we're the only person who's gone through whatever the challenges are that we face. And that's just not true. There's always someone out there who can relate in some way with our story, someone who we can touch with our experiences. And I think one of the biggest ways that we can take care of ourselves is by not holding on so tightly to those stories, by sharing them with other folks and helping them to grow as well. There is a verse in scripture that says we overcome by the blood of the lamb and the word of our testimony. And I think that testimony part is something that we do not talk about quite enough. She said, Alexa, play I'm a Survivor. Yes, that's literally oddly enough, Yanni, that's I heard the song and that's what I thought about, and that's what made me want to do the series. That and this past, I'll say 2 weeks, a lot of the homework that I've been giving to my clients in therapy, like literally, I've said at least 5 or 6 times within the last 2 weeks, your homework is to listen to the song Bag Lady by Erica Badu and journal what baggage you're carrying and what you used to carry and all of that. And so there's really been this theme of, acknowledging our strengths that has come up both for me personally and in my work this week. So, hey, Denise. And so I wanted to kind of in the year, I mean, I know we're still a little bit a ways away from the actual end of the year, but I really, really want us to start looking at our resilience a little bit more, right? I think we need to acknowledge just how much we've overcome. And let's be honest, even if the only thing you can think of right now is I survived COVID, right? That's major. That is a major accomplishment, right? Are you still healthy and happy? I don't care if you've had COVID and you've recovered. There are some folks who can't even say that. I know that in our family, we've lost loved ones this year, over the past year and some change due to COVID. So there's a lot that we've survived. And I think that we're all kind of exhausted and drained from having been in this holding pattern that this pandemic has put us in over these past almost 2 years. And I think it's time for us to really celebrate our resilience, to really talk about the things that we have overcome and to share those stories. Like be very vocal about our survival so that we have what we need in the tank to push forward into 2022 and beyond. There's something to be said about reflecting in a healthy way, not looking back and sulking and sitting in it, but reflecting on just how far we have come as individuals, as a community, so that we have, again, what we need in the tank to push forward and move. So tonight, I really just want to. I want to challenge all of you, even if you don't feel like sharing your story in this space. Um, I want to challenge you to be intentional this month, at least. Next month, everybody starts talking about gratitude. I know there are a lot of folks that do a 30-day gratitude challenge starting in November, and that's cool too. Um, but I think we need to just kind of pause and just acknowledge how far we've come, all the things, all the obstacles that we've made our way through. And so if you have a story of survival and you want to share that with the Change Fam, then inbox me. Why am I hesitant to access that resilience? I see it linked to ongoing struggle with self confidence. You know, sometimes it's that. Sometimes it is we're in situations that minimize our resilience. Because I'll give you an example from a mental health perspective. For someone who struggles with depression, getting up out of bed and taking a shower might be their resilient act for the day or the week. But someone who doesn't struggle with that same thing is going to kind of downplay it and just say, well, you should have got up. Like, that's what normal people do. And I think, as much as it is sometimes our own lack of confidence and our own lack of faith in our own ability to show up as our authentic selves, I think sometimes it's the environment that we're in as well. Sometimes you can't tap into that resilience because everybody tells you that that's just normal. That's not anything to celebrate. But I'm all about celebrating even the baby steps, right? Baby steps are still steps. When a little one is learning to walk, we don't tell them, "Oh, you only took one step and then you fell down, so you're not really walking." No, we get all excited and we scream and we yell and we clap and scare the baby in the process. But we get really excited when a baby takes his or her first step. Why don't we do that with ourselves? I think it's really just a lot of outside noise. And one of the ways that we can work through that is to continue to cultivate this practice of affirming our truths, whatever they are. If your truth is that I've been dog tired and I didn't feel like doing anything, but guess what? I made my bed this morning. Celebrate that. I don't care what that means to anybody else. For you, that was a push. You did it. Let's celebrate it. Because the more we celebrate even our small steps, the better and the more likely we are to keep going, to keep stepping, right? That little baby, when you celebrate them for taking that step, is more likely to be willing to take the next step, and then the next step, and then the next step, and then before you know it, they're running all around the house tearing everything down, right? So good question though, thank you. um so I want to challenge you guys. And before I go further, it's interesting that all of this kind of goes back to our self-care, right? Because if your inability to see your own progress is based on what's around you, then that is your social wellness that you need to attend to. It might be your environmental wellness that you need to attend to. It might be your emotional wellness that you need to attend to. But any way you slice it, there's some part of you that needs a little bit more nurturing, that needs a little bit more care so that you can push through and, you know, find your greatness. Because we've all got it. It's in there. Sometimes it lays down and goes to sleep a little bit, but it's in there. So if you're a survivor of anything, you want to share your story, you want to join me here on a Thursday night on the broadcast, then I will invite you to message me either on the website. Like I said, the website is www.awakeningchange.org, or you can DM me. wherever you happen to be catching the broadcast from, just drop me a message. If you happen to come in late or you're watching this on the replay, that's fine. Leave a message, hashtag replay. Let me know that you were here. Excuse me. And I will make sure that your comments or questions are addressed at a later date, just as if you were here with me, because we don't want you to feel left out. Um, I'm looking at my notes here. Make sure I did not. So, got one more announcement. November the 6th. November the 6th. November the 6th. It is the first Saturday in November. I'm going to be doing a healing seminar um with I'm calling it Self-Care for Strong Friends. We're going to be unpacking a lot of things related to how we see ourselves, how we show up in spaces, whether they're with our loved ones personally, whether it's professionally, and what are some of the barriers that are keeping us from showing up as our truest, most confident selves. It's an online event. The online You can find the tickets online at eventbrite.com. The information is also should be on the website. If it's not on the website now, it is on all of our social media pages, and I'll make sure that in the description on the YouTube page and everywhere else that we have the link where you can register. Want to make sure I'm not forgetting anybody before I log off of here. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you for being here with me. So yeah, head to the website, check out all the stuff there. Um, Check out all the stuff on the website. Go DM me if you have any questions or concerns. And like I said, if you are a survivor, I want to hear your story. I want to talk to you and I want to hear you share your story with the Change Fam. I'm not going to say with the world because that might make it sound a little too nerve wracking. Hey, Mr. James, how are you? Um, so yeah, I think that's all I have for tonight. I went through all of my notes. Sunday, I want you to be intentional. Do something intentional to take care of your mental health. Something. I don't care what that is, but make sure that Sunday is a dedicated, set aside day for you to pour into yourself. Because if you cannot take care of you, then you won't be able to take care of your business, whatever business that is. Whether it's the business of family, your professional stuff, it's not going to happen. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Okay. All right, my Change Fam. I will see you guys next Thursday at 9 o'clock. Remember, if you have any suggestions for topics you want to talk about or questions you have, you can always go to the website, www.awakeningchange.org, or just shoot me a DM and I will be more than happy to respond. All right. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Night night.